Okay.
So what's going on with you? Let's do jokes of the week.
Let's just get right into it.
Let's just get right.
We're doing tight
into
45.
it.
Y'all not getting these rambling episodes. We are strict.
Yeah, we're
strict bitches. Joke of the week.
Joke of the week. I met a boy so somehow fine and ugly at the same time. I didn't know whether to look in his eyes or throw up. And it was the craziest shit I had ever seen in my life because, first of all, he walked up on me while I was sitting down. I was sitting on a picnic blanket. So, like, I had no idea about his height, right? But the people have been telling me that I'm too height concerned. So, I've been trying to be a little, like, maybe 5'10". You know what I'm saying?
The short king
5'10".
queen,
I'm not going to end up with the short king. But 5'10", you know, I'm trying to, because why everybody got to be a monster? I understand that.
Because them tall niggas don't be fine, bro. They don't.
Do you think fine is what I'm in it for?
I have seen big dicks on any kind of body type. Like, I've seen some dicks. So
I don't want no little man. What am I going to do with that circus act? Why are you 4'11" with a big fat cock? What am I going to do with this? But I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm sorry. I know that's your ministry. I don't have nothing to do with none of that.
Dick is dick.
You sound crazy.
Do you want the dick to be big or not?
I want a man to, I am a big, what Jocelyn say, a big girl. You need a neck. I need to lick on your neck. What am I going to do? I can't do nothing with that. He can't pick me up. And not even just sexually.
I don't like getting picked up anyway.
Not even just sexually. Like, what if harm befalls me and you have to care for me? You can't lift me.
But see, you always doomsday prepping. You got your machetes. You got your fucking bag of lemons and,
I got my
razors.
nunchucks.
You got your nunchucks.
Yes.
You always ready for The Last of Us, bitch.
Because
just be normal. Stop thinking
I am normal, but I need a man that if something happens to me, he can help me. Or like if we're in a situation where I got to get carried, I can actually be carried. I can be moved. I can't do nothing with no fucking 4'11" ass nigga. What are we doing here? And then he gonna look like my son.
No one's gonna look like your son, ma'am.
Boys look like my son when they're short. They do. I already got a grandma vibe.
You are not tall.
You can go to hell. Okay, pal?
What's that mean?
Unhand me.
You not tall.
Get it off me.
If we stood up, I could still look you in your eye, by the way.
Barely. Anyway, I forget the point.
This bitch thinks she's 6'12". I don't know what that's about.
This nigga was so ugly cute. So first of all, I couldn't tell how tall he was. Strike one. Then he walked up to me. He was like, "Oh my God, I just wanted to come over here." And I hope he don't ever hear this podcast, but I plan to block him anyway, because he was a little weird. But he was like, "I just want to come over here. You know, your aura is so beautiful." And you know what's so funny about men being so easy? I'm literally purposely sitting directly where the sunlight is beaming on me in golden hour. This is production. I am hoe fishing, and look where your ass ended up. Caught. Talking about your aura. That's science. I'm sitting in the twilight.
And you're a whore.
So he comes over there, he starts talking, and you know how like something will be wrong with somebody's face and or mouth, but you can't put your finger on it because they won't stop talking, and it's rude to be like, "Stop talking for a second, let me look at you."
Just be quiet.
Just be quiet for 1 second. But I didn't want to do that because that's rude. So he's talking, and I'm staring at his mouth, which I'm sure he thinks I'm being sexy. I shit you not. It looked like he had one long, melted, glued together tooth at the top. These teeth were so fused together. And it sounds like I'm being mean, and maybe I am, but I just genuinely had never seen no shit like that in all my days.
Black?
I don't know. It wasn't debris. It looked like a medical mystery. This was some Grey's Anatomy style shit where that from the teeth that were visible to me. And if you know what this medical complication is, say something, because I don't want to just be mean about it. But it threw his whole face off. Like, you know how sometimes people have fucked up teeth and they get made fun of about it? It's like, that's fucked up. Them teeth ain't that bad. Y'all being weird. No. That boy needs an orthodontist and also probably some sort of plastic surgeon immediately. I have never seen, it was like they were welded together. Like they were melted. Like if you could melt teeth, they look like, you know how you bake cookies and you don't put them far enough apart on the pan, so when you bake them, they touch.
Talley, stop talking to me. I'm just letting you know you're done. Just wrap it up.
You asked me to talk about
you're
it.
fucking done.
I'm saying.
That's enough. I've seen all I needed to see. Speaking of Justin Bieber, I'm sorry.
What? Speaking of Justin Bieber.
That noise was, not noise, that sound was like, I've seen all I need to see. That's Justin Bieber.
Okay.
That young man, and I scroll past anything Justin Bieber because the way he hate his bitch, I ain't never seen a nigga hate his bitch like that.
May that love never find me.
Somebody was like, millions of teenage girls wanted to be Justin Bieber's wife, and God said, no, I'm sending my strongest soldier for this nigga. He hate that bitch so bad.
He hate her so bad.
It makes me uncomfortable, and God forbid I defend a white woman. You leave that lady alone. You hate her bad. Anyway.
And I've been with niggas that don't like me. But I ain't never been with no nigga that hated me.
Like, oh, bro, you got Vogue. And I said you would never get Vogue, so congrats on getting Vogue, bitch. I guess. Like, oh. That's what he said last week. So, him on stage with SZA, they're like, oh, my God, see, he just need a black queen, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, this nigga was Fenty folding on stage, and SZA was like, hey,
wake it up. We at work.
Clock in.
But you know
what?
Somebody should be on, and this is how I know that like Hollywood is a dark, dangerous place, or like the music industry is a dark, dangerous place, because there's nobody in my life, whether physically they're always with me or like a person I talk to on a regular basis, I would have never made it on that stage. Nobody who loved me would have been like, yeah, go do it. There should be someone in his life, including his wife, that's like, hey, you can't go.
You can't.
On stage, all hair on out. You can't go.
Do that.
You can't go.
Be on there Fenty folding like that.
I mean, because my thing is like, I have never been in social circles with people who are on like that strong of drugs. The strongest drug I've seen niggas do in real life is lean, and I've had to be like, hey, wake it up, and you have to go home.
No, I've only really ever experienced coke. Remember I told you about the one time I ran into that dude who was doing coke, and I was like, was that coke? I'm gonna text you.
Do I know who it is?
And
Well, see, now I need my phone. I can't push this fucking chair back.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Black Queen.
And I don't be knowing, I've lived such a Huxtable adjacent lifestyle. I've never seen
crack.
Nothing like, oh my God, this is drugs. Hold on. Because now I got to text it to you. And no, y'all can't see the text.
My mouth tastes hungry. Like, I'm hungry. Does that make sense? Not invisible ink.
And I was...
come on.
But the thing is, yes. I didn't know. Like, I genuinely was just like, what's going on here? And I genuinely, like, or even our previous experiences,
Mel be like, well, all right.
It's got 2 PG-13 for me in mine. She's
very Rue's little sister from Euphoria when it comes to shit like that. Mel be like,
I am literally Storm Reed behind the wall. Like, that is, I just visual. Because somebody sent me that meme yesterday. I tweeted that I had associates for the first time, and somebody left that meme in the I cried.
I remember I did not know that the refreshers from Starbucks,
I can just see them. It's so funny. Bless you. Jesus, bless you.
Ooh.
Oh my God. That's so funny to me because I can just see Storm Reed behind that fucking door. That door.
Sobbing. I remember when I didn't realize that Starbucks refreshers already came caffeinated. I thought it was just juice. So I was mixing a full Celsius unbeknownst with a fully caffeinated drink, and so I took a picture of it, and because I had called it strawberry cocaine because I thought it was funny. I know it was serious because I was getting DMs. People weren't leaving comments. I got a DM and they were like, hey. They were like,
hey, your heart gonna stop.
How much of that did you drink? And I'm like, why? The whole thing. And they're like, go to the hospital. No. I had unknowingly imbibed enough caffeine to kill a person.
And this is not funny.
I was doing it multiple days in a row too.
People were dropping dead from that Panera drink. Do you remember that?
I remember
that drink from Panera and dying.
And this how you know people in our generation be doing drugs, because I distinctly remember the news coming out that the drink was killing people and crackheads being like, whatever happens, happens. It's like, bitch, no, you're gonna die.
I drank half a Celsius yesterday, and I was like, I'm gonna say it said Crafty, so I'm like, sure, I love Crafty. If you put some shit in Crafty, well, I gotta have it now because it's free. And
it's free, I have to eat it. Yep.
I saw it was sherbet flavored. I'm like, well, this sounds delicious. That shit was so good. I drank half a Celsius because I tweeted I had a Celsius while I was drinking it, and people were like, and Dwayne himself was like, do not drink that whole thing because he knows I'm a little special. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, fine. So I drank half of it, and I'm sitting there, and again, it's niggas around. Like, I was around the crew and the cast was the host.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, okay, I cannot scare the hoes. I'm at work. I look cute, so they're looking at me. I feel looked at. I have to be normal. My brain was like, I took that half a Celsius, and when I went, it was my turn to act. I put on the best comedic performance of my goddamn life.
You did coke.
I was on cocaine.
That fucking class action suit is gonna go so fucking bananas.
And I need my 36 cents, bitch.
Because the thing about me and a Celsius, the type of ADHD I have to consume way more caffeine. I'm only not doing coke because I'm scared of drugs. But I have to consume way more caffeine than like a cup or two to actually like get the effects. I could drink a full espresso and take a nap. Like that's where I'm
See,
at.
I'm not a caffeine person. I drank coffee briefly when the 2-3 times I did have a real job. If either it was like free or I would go to Starbucks and get I would have to have the frap. I don't like the coffee by itself. It would clean me out. I'd be shitting by 10 a.m. But like I was okay. I'll be a little sleepy, but I'll be fine. So I've never been caffeine dependent, and most of my jobs have been most of my jobs have been work from home jobs. So if I want to go to sleep, I'm just going to sleep. I don't know how y'all do that caffeine. No,
I can drink a Celsius and a half.
I could drink a Coke at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, that ain't no real caffeine.
That's sugar.
It's sugar. But me, I have to drink a whole Celsius in order to feel something. But like, you know how you imbibe, like, you know how people know like, oh, I can't drink certain liquors because I be acting crazy.
Yeah.
I have to drink a Celsius when my task is a solo task. I can't be around anybody else because now, for real, I'm a crackhead. I'm jittery. I'm being mean. I'm getting shit done. But like, I'm scaring people. Like, I'm buzzing. I had too much caffeine today. I was talking to that Lyft driver like we knew each other. I was like, okay, girl, well, I'm finna make a TikTok in your backseat because I don't have time to do it when I get where I'm going. And also, I'm about to put my nails on, my makeup on in your backseat. Girl, how you doing today? What you got going on? And she was like,
it's too fucking early.
And I was just kind of like, ooh, we don't really know each other. Then I added a stop to the beauty supply store. And she was just kind of like,
bitch.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm that rider, huh?
You got to add more time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a little button, like maybe a button, like a scared of hoes button. You just have a button that you give to people, and it's just like, hey, babe.
My thing is, I expect everybody who comes into my life, whether it's for a couple hours or the rest of my life, to love me as I am. If today is the day you the hoes and you scared, that's just what the fuck it is. Because I didn't mean it no negative way. And then when the niggas be the hoes that be scared, I was going to scare you anyway. So glad we got it out the fucking way. And then whoever's left standing get some coochie. That's the game. Last
nigga get scared, get some pussy.
Last nigga get scared, get some pussy. I feel like that's a fun game. No?
That is fun.
No, is that fun?
And then everybody leaves just like, oh.
And then niggas be dating me. They be like, you're not really scary at all. I'm like, see? You just got to not be a big fucking pussy about it.
And the thing is, you know, we both come off so difficult and crazy. And you got it? Yeah. All right. Cool. You gave us all a fright.
I just needed my water.
Okay. No, because if you had tilted, you acting like you were going to tilt, that made me nervous.
If I fall out of this chair in here, I'm going to change the trajectory of all of our lives. Y'all are going to be like, guess what happened at the studio today? I'm going to just start banging my head up against the wall.
These are very nice yellow walls.
I'm going to put a dent in that bitch, too. They're going to be like, who's Rihanna forehead?
And now we got to find another church.
And now we got to leave again. Yeah.
What was I saying?
I don't know what we're talking about.
Joke of the week.
Jesus. Oh.
Okay, so my joke of the week is gonna be the Jesus stuff. It's gonna transition into it. So I was being mean on TikTok. Well, now 2 weeks ago.
Shout out to being mean.
And I had been. First of all, let me just preface this. We talked about this earlier before we started recording. People have to be content with being mean. I was being mean. I woke up. I said, I'm gonna be a bitch today.
We're bitches,
and I think that's okay. Like I hate when like people cancel people. Unless somebody's being harmed. Like don't. If they're just being a bitch, like who is it? Like J-Lo or Christina Aguilera? They're bitches really bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, J-Lo is annoying.
J-Lo is annoying, which is also harmless. Her stealing music from black women, sure. Being annoying, because I'm annoying.
Yes, but I love you personally, and sometimes it's endearing. That's different. There's nothing endearing about J-Lo. Come on now. Sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes. Just like I know certain things about me. I've had people tell me like, hey, I know you think that shit is cute all the time, but sometimes we're just tolerating it. And I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And most of the time I'm being annoying, I'm doing it on purpose. And then once I see that you're annoyed.
That's the button. That's the part. Once I realize you're annoying me on purpose, I'm like.
Because it's rare that I'm being annoying by accident. And if I'm being annoying by accident, I'm like, oh, I'm being annoying, huh? And then I check it in that moment. Mm-hmm. But 98% of the time, I'm doing it on purpose.
Why? Why would you bring that type of energy somewhere?
You change the trajectory of everyone's evening all the time.
I do.
So for me, it's more of a harmless thing. Like, You don't like toes? Well, it's toe time. That's annoying.
I
but
think
are
my
you hurt?
stuff is harmless.
Sometimes it's not.
You know what? Don't answer that. When have you ever witnessed any harm or been privy to, subjected to any harm? But I don't put my business.
Exactly.
Don't put my
So
business
mine is like silly, goofy, annoyance, and it is annoying. But it's like silly, goofy. Everyone gets to go home. You're like, oh, that bitch was annoying. But like
everyone gets to go home like people are dying when it's me.
Everyone goes home. Trajectory. I was probably gonna listen to something cool on the way home, but now I want to listen to DMX. That's that's my most harm because you're fucking annoying. Like this bitch got on my skin. Yes. Anyway, I was being fucking mean to the church girlies. I've been to the church girlies next for quite some time.
As you should.
As I should. And it's like someone has to say it. And I felt moved by. I saw the fucking wedding where they was all catching the spirit. Did you watch the video?
I saw what was happening and said immediately no. And then I scrolled past, but I did. You know how you see a video, you know you don't want to watch the video, but you know you want to see the comments. So I immediately scrolled the comments, and I was like, I've seen all I need to see, and I'm good. Like I'm fine. Yeah.
Saw the video because I watched it organically on my For You page because I do like church content to an extent. So it popped up. So I was just like, You know who my favorite church content creator is? The Tyler. What's his last? Tyler Allen with the little girl named Supervisor.
Church content doesn't come up on my FYP.
Well,
I get
church
my
and baby
Jesus
content, which two things that I do enjoy to a certain extent. But I love baby content. But he's like a church. The one who was making fun of Rance Allen, who was like,
okay.
He has a little girl. Her name is Miracle, but he calls her Supervisor.
We got to talk about Miss Shirley too.
We have to talk about Miss Shirley. We absolutely do. But anyway. So I saw that. I did not actually see the B. Simone video. I saw Carlton, not Banks, make fun of the video, which was funny as fuck. I know how you feel about B. Simone.
No, I have another thing to say.
What?
I just want to say on record that I think it was earlier, a couple months ago, I said that lady was a grifter, and I said she was going to start grifting, and y'all called me all types of haters and said, oh, you don't know her just because you used to work with her 10 years ago. She could be... Now look at you. I ain't got to hate. I'm right. I be right. Do I be right? I be right. It's a grift. And I just think it's so wrong to grift the Lord. He would be very upset.
That is the entire point of my fucking video. And I just was saying it in a very bitchy and funny way.
Stop grifting Jesus.
Stop grifting Jesus. I think that because people grift with relationship content all the time, but when you do it in the name of the Lord, that makes it weird. Now, I will say she's always been kind of Jesus-y. Her and the other girls' podcast is always very grifty. I mean, not grifty, always very Jesus-y and cry-y. They always cry and talk about Jesus. That's been their thing, but for you to be in this space, because, like, everybody can't be Sarah Jakes. Sarah Jakes has the outfits and the anointing. Mm-hmm. And she's one of my favorite church girlies. I would say, because she don't have much competition for my favorite church girl, I would say she's my favorite. Everybody can't beat Sarah, but for you to come raw in there leading this with the shorts on, baby, I'm not a respectability girl.
And they called her all sorts of names.
They talked about her so nasty.
So bad. And it's just like, for you, this is my issue with it. I am, for all intents and purposes, a Bible bitch. That's just how I was raised. Mm-hmm. However, I don't believe unless you are, how do I say this delicately? You know when you ain't got no calling and you're not ready to do whatever that is yet. And so when you come into it earlier than you should to make money
to have a
moment, to have influence or to have a moment, it's nasty. Because for me, I probably won't live to see it, but I do think in my old age, I could get back into the church. I could get into some sort of ministry if I locked in and actually did my part.
No, that's what this has shown me to myself as well.
I could do that. But today, if I decided to be like, you know what's happening? The Bible Bitch Conference. Hey, are you cool?
$5 bazillion.
And I'm going to wear a blazer that I got from the Flat Shoals Goodwill and my Miley Cyrus collection jean shorts.
That is so funny and specific because I definitely had a bunch of Miley
Cyrus. Because what the fuck? That's my issue with it. You know, it's okay to be on a walk with God. And it's okay to talk to people about being on a walk with God. You're being weird.
You're being weird. And that is what my whole thing is about. And it was just like, this is boiled over. And I finally just had to get all my thoughts out because I'm sick of y'all shit. I'm a Christian bitch. Christian bitch, that's funny. But I've never been proclaimed to be holier than thou. Because somebody was like, are you holier? No. Do I open this bitch cussing. Do I give holier than thou? Do I think I'm better than y'all? Well, yes. Yes, I do. I'm just a better person just in general because I'm not a weirdo. But as far as Jesus-y, no. Not in that context. I've never proclaimed to be. And guess what? I'm going to be in heaven right next to you. You're going to be so mad because I'm actually a good person.
And the thing about it is, I think people realize, too, when they do all of this, whether it's, and, you know, I stay in my lane about the sororities and fraternities as much as I can outside of how these people in these organizations behave towards me. But when people get to denouncing the fraternities and sororities because they're not of God, or people get to denouncing secular music or spirituality.
Or pap smears.
Or pap smears. The girls can't get the paps.
The girl just denounced pap smears the other day. Yeah, it was pap. She just denounced pap smears. That's what I think that was my last.
Your coochie is going to fall off the fucking bone like an oxtail if you don't go get that pussy papped. What is wrong?
She denounced pap smears. You didn't see it, bitch. On TikTok, she said pap smears were of the devil, bitch. She said she's not getting pap smears. So that's why I was just like, you know what? Enough is fucking enough. I've had 46 neos denounced this year, bitch. I'm so tired of these goddamn hoes.
Denounce, but it's like that. You're not reading the Bible. And that's the thing that bothers me about it, too, because people feel like when you are a woman in the world or you're a Jezebel, and I say whore lightly because I don't really think I put my pussy to the pavement like a lot of these girls. Like, I'm a whore for me. Like, if I was me talking to another bitch, I'd be like, whore. But fine. You don't read this book. You don't know none of what's going on. Like, the thing I get cussed out about the most on Twitter when I talk about religion is that Jesus loved hoes. People get really upset when I say that. Yeah. The first person Jesus revealed himself to after coming out from behind that rock was a what? Hoe. Are you slow? You don't read this fucking book. There was alcoholics in the Bible. There's fucking philanderers and cheaters in the Bible. Murderers in the Bible. And all of these people were
Jesus loved them.
Not even just loved them. They were his friends.
Yeah.
So for you to think you would be a lame duck ass bitch in Jesus' eyes if you were around at the time that he was around. You think the nigga turning water into wine gives a fuck whether you a part of Kappa Phi Oeta? No, he don't give a fuck about that.
No.
I'm just saying.
It's funny as fuck. No,
I'm just saying. Y'all not reading the book.
No, the people are not reading the book. And for me, I'm not saying that I know the Bible front and back, and I don't. And I'm not saying I am, but I'm still right. You know, for me, because now it's like, oh, now y'all fucking me, so now I got to be the Biblest bitch in the world. Because now I got to get the context. Now I got to go theology.
Now I got to get it from a bar cart and go and open it. Now
I'm still right. But let me find the scripture where it proves that I'm right, and that's why I'm really into my discussion.
Did you see them cussing me out on the Kirk Franklin tweet?
No, you get cussed out on Twitter every day, by the way.
I do.
And I'm just like, look at you, just fucking glutton for punishment. You just sit every day. I feel like the daddy on Friday. Why you going over here messing with these people, Talley? God damn.
Because I'm right.
And that's fair. I told you months ago to pick your battles because the fucking barbs came to your fucking door. Them people are crazy.
Them barbs was like, come outside, ho. We ain't finna jump you.
Yes, they are.
And then they jumped
have nothing to lose. Anyway, but so for the video, I'm just like, I'm sick of y'all shit. And like just seeing the girls do this performative shit, like the fatty churches in Atlanta, get ready, we go to this church at 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, we're going to go to Christian lunch. What the fuck is Christian lunch? I'm so sick of you hoes.
First of all, I'm never coming sunrise service.
It's regular time, but they got to get there early to park and walk. It's just a whole shit. I'm just like, and I should have said this to clarify because people don't understand nuance at all. Because I'm not saying every Christian bitch is whatever. Because even every denouncer, if that's your walk with God and that's your conviction, I don't agree, and that breaks my heart that this has to happen. But sure.
But also, it's made up. That's the thing I be wanting to tell. Say you want to denounce it because you want to denounce it, and you think it. Because my thing is like certain things can be a distraction. I do believe that. Certain things on your walk with God, because like for me, when I do start fully walking with God, I'm going to have to stop drinking. It keeps me from being as godly as I want to be. Not that it's not a godly thing to do, because I don't believe that that's a judgment that I'm able to levy. But for me, when I do my most ungodly things, I'm drinking. So I have to be able to say, hey, when I fully start on this walk with Christ, and I mean it more than I mean it today, I'm going to have to put that down because it's distracting me, but it's not because it's ungodly.
The thing is, once you put the cup down, don't you get on here and you fucking whiskey drinking bitches is going to hell. Leave us alone. And that was my whole thing, because when all this shit points,
whiskey drinking bitches is going to hell is crazy.
no, but that's how it feels, and it's just like, it's not, because like some of these sins that y'all condemn ain't even my sins, but I don't like how the fuck you speaking to them people who over there doing coke. I don't like that, and let them do they fucking coke. They love the Lord. You know, it's just I just don't like.
And they're not there yet. Because my thing is like,
everybody not there yet.
I like to think of Christianity like a club, right? And I think that when people are on the inside of something, there's this natural evil to want to gatekeep or otherize yourself to seem better. But as a Christian, I want everybody to feel the love of Christ.
And
so why would I be like, and you do, and you do, and you did, and you did, and you could never? Are you slow? We talking
about God.
This is a big tent. This is a place for everybody to be. And so for me, like, I know my story. I know what I've been through. Even if I ever did get involved in ministry or back in the church in some kind of way, ain't no way I'm going up there and be like, look, you fucking alcoholic dick suckers. Stop. That is not of God. I'm not doing that.
And here's my class, how to not suck dick and drink alcohol for 46 quadrillion skillion dollars.
And here comes
that's the goddamn problem. And that's the grift I was fucking talking about. Not saying nobody can get saved. Not saying whatever. I'm sick of y'all shit. And then even with the, so I talked about that. I talked about the pick-meism or the denouncing, because y'all don't make these niggas denounce. Do niggas denounce? Yes. And I do think they have a little psychosis going on too. I didn't even talk about psychosis. I was just talking about bitches being pick-me's. But it's like, at the end of this fucking rainbow, you want fucking James.
The thing about it
is, them fucking drums.
Yes, but also I think the bitches think the niggas have a different God. Because you serve a God. I don't serve anything that subjugates me under somebody I'm better than. That's not a life. There's no way that God wants him to cheat and be forgiven, but wants you to go to hell for
wearing pants.
That's not a real thing. Like, so for you to think that your whole life is supposed to be dedicated in service to toiling for and under a man, you don't really, we've had this conversation before. That's not the life God promised you. There's no way that you think. And then the thing about the whole, I want a husband, I want a head of a household thing, how bad? Because no way,
real bad.
No way you want Trayvadius, who's had to transfer.
You want Trayvadius to lead you?
You want him to lead you
where?
And that's the conversation that I've had within my relationships, and I was just talking about this the other night with my mother. You know me personally. I'm actually quite a submissive person. If I have something to submit to.
Yeah.
I'm a very... Go ahead. What we doing? Where we going?
I've
what we
learned
need?
that as like being cohabitating with a man, it's just like you naturally just not like submit like in a bow. It's like, okay, I was just saying logistically, it just makes sense for when you on your way home from work, when you get home, you're gonna have a hot meal because it makes more sense for time.
You're nicer when you're fed.
I want you to be out of my fucking way in the kitchen, so I'm gonna cook dinner before you even get home, so you ain't gotta bother me. Because he likes to micromanage. He's a Virgo. Hey, put a little bit of get the fuck out my face.
Why don't I put a little bit of knuckle sandwich on your fucking
So now
plate?
I don't want you here when I cook anyway.
Right.
So I'm gonna make sure when you get home, dinner is ready.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, this is a Virgo over there. I'm so sorry, sir. But like, I need you out my fucking way. We can eat by 7. I can be in the shower by 8 and rub my feet together by 9. And logistically, it just makes sense. Oh, you know what? Also, I'm gonna make your plate because it's just easier that way.
And but you can't have honest conversations about these things and then also because we've put ourselves in this box where we have to be one thing or another. It is true that I can hate niggas and critique them and want that system to change and want my life to be easier and not encumbered by violence or misogyny or just like degradation. And also like, I'm going home to make my nigga this pot roast. I'm doing it, and I like it. I like doing it.
And I also enjoy
it
pot
again.
roast.
And I want the pot roast myself. And I'm not about to sit here and pretend like I'm nice to whoever's living in my home. That's the thing. Like, even my last couple relationships, they'd be like, man, like, you so different from like how I thought you were gonna be. Yeah, I started to like you. You could be a great aunt living in here, and I would want to get home to make a pot roast
make sure
if I liked you. Because that's my personality. But you have to be one or the other. You either got to be a fucking hairy armpit, Landon Strip Bush having ass bitch that hates niggas and reads books and fucking burns bras, or you gotta
Susie Homemaker.
Gotta be a Betty Crocker ass, Susie Homemaker ass bitch, and you can't be both, and that's not real.
That's not real. And it's like no, there's nuances that exist. And then the other point I was making in the video about the whole Jackie Hill Perry of it all, because first of all, the sun come up and I don't want to shade her. I'm gonna say, and it's not even shade. That's a read, baby. That was direct. It wasn't no stray. I'm talking about one fucking person. And here's the issue with Jackie, because it is so harmful.
I'm so sick of Jackie Hill.
Listen, and what's so harmful about it is you're teaching this pray the gay away. I was delivered, blah, blah, blah. No, you weren't. You
standing here in front of me in this fucking Adhd polo and these goddamn cargo shorts.
Adhd polo is
You
crazy.
are standing in front of me in this collared shirt. Bitch, I get so mad because
it's so harmful, like, just for people, because I've seen it in real time. I've seen the gay people I know find God and hate themselves and think God gonna hate them because they gay, because Jackie Hill Perry told them that and that she was delivered, and because she got kids,
and it's some little baby stud somewhere in fucking Tougaloo whose grandma is showing them yo dumbass videos thinking that this baby is gonna get ungayed, so she's sitting here putting her fucking ace bandages under the sink and shit and throwing away her book bags and dildos because you're a liar. You are a homosexual and you're doing damage to young gays, and I don't fucking like it, weird bitch, and you need a retwist. I'm so mad. I hate this. Oh my God.
And it was just like,
I just got so I hate this bitch on my soul. I hate Jackie Hill Perry. There, I said it. You're a freak. I'm so glad I got that out.
You okay?
I've hated that bitch for years.
No, and I was saying in the video when I was being a little nice, and I was just like, I saw her video first. I was like, oh my God, this is so progressive. Oh my God, I love this. This is the stuff for Christ. Yes, period. And then she started talking more. I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. We can't do this. And people are like, oh, just because she dressed like that, she got to be lesbian. No, she's lesbian because she said she was. And it's like,
you're lesbian because you like pussy.
And it's not fair to even yourself. Like, if it wasn't so harmful, I would feel so much worse for her. Like, oh my God, like, I wish you could be yourself. But it's like, now you're putting everyone else into this box, and I wish you could be free. I was thinking about, you saw the clip of Donnie McCurkin saying he's never felt real love before and wish he could and all this stuff. Just like, this baby been in prison. Luther died, never been with it. Whitney died.
Because it is a disservice and death to yourself to not be able to live out loud whatever you're allowed.
And God made you that way.
And God, because that means you think God does make mistakes. If you are a big flaming homo, and that's just how you are, and you like, well, I done got ungay, that means you think God got it wrong the first time. He made your gay ass gay.
Or just thinking like he made me gay because he wants me to endure the challenge of not being gay. Like, I wake up wanting coochie every day, but I choose dick because that's how much I love God. God, you just want God to want us to suffer. Like, I don't like.
What kind of Mr. Beast ass God y'all think we got that he giving us fucking supermarket challenges and shit when it come to sexuality? Are you fucking stupid?
Mr. Beast is crazy.
I'm just saying, you think God is like, I'm gonna create an environment
that is
so toxic. I'm gonna make a gay and then I'm gonna make it spend its life hating itself to ungay itself.
It's not fucking fair, and it's not right. And again, I don't have the theological context to refute it. You might. I'm following pastors that do understand the theological. And it's like, I know I'm right, but you wait till I get my fucking cited sources to figure it out. But it's just like, this is so harmful for like the people. Like, I feel like we should all be able to have God. I feel like
my blood pressure's up.
It is. You just sip your drink, figure it out. But it's just like, this is not. It's just icky. I
and then also you're picking and choosing which parts of the Bible to follow, because if we're going to look at the Bible as an absolute, right, and if we're going to do the thing that, you know, no sin is greater than the other, we're going to say all of these different things. That means that in order to be a perfect Christian, you need to be doing all of these things all the time, which none of us are. Which means you should shut the fuck up.
It's just not fair. Then it's like, oh, living in sin, blah 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 blah. It's just like. And the thing about the Bible, because the Bible says, and if I say I don't believe 1,000% of the Bible, now what?
The Bible was written by man. If I write a book today,
and I told you,
and
God
then someone finds it 1,000 years and it says from God, it's just me drunk writing shit down. I'm just
and
saying.
A lot of stuff in the Bible, God didn't even specifically say.
He said the red words. In the Bible, Jesus said the red words. That's it.
If it ain't in red, get it out your head.
Get it out your head. But you know, I know that I'm upset. I feel like my veins.
But it's personal because we've seen how that struggle affects us,
and also because so much of the church is being told that God won't love you if, or God doesn't
hell,
love you
hell,
if,
hell,
or
hell,
hell, and it starts to make you I don't want anybody's first or biggest bully to be God, because somebody else told you that God wasn't going to love you if you don't, or Jesus wasn't going to love you if you don't, or if you do. That's a waste of life. That's a waste of life, because we could get up there, we can get up to heaven, and it could just be the universe soul circus. We don't fucking know. So you done spent all your life toiling, trying not to be
And that's why
gay.
I used the example from The Color Purple when Celie was like, this life be over soon. And Sophia was like, you better bust Mr. Head open and think about heaven later. Because what if we get there and it wasn't even all that the white man told y'all it was going to be?
Did you hear that quote? I don't know who said it, but they said the white man convinced you that your heaven was in the sky, but their heaven is on earth.
Damn.
White man convinced you that your glory was later after you die, and they living.
And they living right now.
Living right now today.
And it's just a slave mentality. They told us that African spirituality was, because I've seen her talk about African spirituality like it was demonic. I've seen her talk about Beyonce that was demonic. And it wouldn't be so bad if
you
she didn't
shut your mouth about
everything
Beyonce.
else was demonic. And then the way she started salivating, talking about Kehlani, I was like, hey man, leave us out of this.
Keep us out of your kinks, Jackie Hill Perry.
So yeah, that was the whole thing. So I whacked her.
Got mad.
Yeah, I know you did. It's okay, but it's like it's frustrating. It makes you mad because like so many people are going to be harmed by this. Full stop.
So many people are going to be harmed, and then
actively being harmed.
And even if they're not being harmed, so many people are not going to try Jesus. So many people are not going to try God, because why would I want to come somewhere where the me that I want to work on is not welcome? Why would I want to show up to a church? Because like if I'm coming to church as I am, if I'm gay today, even if I'm willing to try what y'all talking about, I'm still gay. Today, I'm still a stud. Today, I'm still whatever it is. Today, I'm still a hoe. Today, I'm still the thing.
Can I work? Like, it's when they make fun of fat people for being at the gym. I
and
gotta
then,
get unfat.
So that raggedy bitch that said you can't be 200 pounds going to a Pilates class, so they should make sure that people ain't 200 pounds going to a Pilates class. You're ugly, first of all. You're funny looking. So you need to stay skinny. Keep up them classes. That's number one.
Did you
number
see,
two,
go ahead.
fuck you. Sorry, no, that was just so ugly to me, and I had to get it off.
And we can transition real quick for the end for this the fat conversation, because the girl who
I'm disordered eating
again, and it's like fat phobia is just all everywhere. The way people reacted to that fucking New York the Times Square statue was absolutely fucking insane.
I think that's what triggered it for me. I'm not gonna lie, and I want to talk about that.
Damn. Well, I was gonna talk about how the girl, she what's her name, Davy Drew, damn, you know the girl, she's light skinned, she's heavy set, she's always covering her titties like
that. She always
so she made the point she made the point that darker skinned skinny women, because being skinny is their only advantage over other women and just whatever, they run that fat phobia into the ground because that's all they have.
Like that lady with that fuck ass bob,
and that's what she was talking about. So
I hate
she was
that
talking
hoe.
about,
hate you too, bitch.
She was talking about that, and people were dragging her because like, oh, you're light skinned, you can't say that. But she's like, I'm right. So when that same lady said that it was a mammy in the Times Square and this ugly bitch, this don't represent, she's a fucking monster, she was like, see?
I think with that statue, right? Because when I saw it, I already knew the artist that did it. I've seen the other works from that artist. When I saw it, nothing in me thought that misrepresented women, black women, women from New York, black women that I know, black women that I'm related to. None of it. I saw nothing negative about it at all. And I kept seeing those weird lives where people are discussing things, and they had the picture of the statue up in the background discussing the statue and how disrespectful it was and saying all these awful things about it. Then you see other TikToks about the statue, lady calling lady all types of fat monkeys and all kinds of shit. And
but she said monster. I'm like, it's a lady with the box braid bob going to the
in a t-shirt.
store.
They were saying so many mean things about them, and then so I started looking at pictures of myself. Because I'm like, if this statue that I saw nothing wrong with is perceived like this.
As a monster, how do I look?
As a monster. I'm getting called a monster. I went and I'm finished. I want to stop crying on this podcast because I don't, that's not what I want. But like, I went and looked at my own pictures and I'm like, there's a disconnect between what I think I look like and how I'm being perceived if this statue is causing this much
and then you
vitriol.
think about if I'm standing in Target
and somebody like,
who's a goddamn monster in the tampon.
Ooh, child, yeah, like don't go over there with that oogity boogity. So I'm just kind of like, now, like I'm not encouraging disorder eating. I'm making light of it because that's what I do. But like, I'm literally like down to like 1 or 1.5 meals right now. because I feel bad about myself. And not just because of the statue, but like, even like I said, I took the picture and my arm looked so big. You know what I'm saying? Or like, I was doing so well with doing my 5 miles a day, but like, I was in a place where like, that's not sustainable. But instead of taking it down to 2 or 3 miles a day, I stopped doing it all together, and then I was mean to myself. So now I've gained all the weight back, and now I want to lose it again. And it's just like, none of this is right, but that's just where I am.
It's just an evil game, and I hate the...
Because, like, why I want to be skinny so bad, too. That's the part that's fucking me up. It's like, I feel like a fraud. I feel like a fraud because I'm saying, like, oh, all bodies are beautiful. You don't have to be skinny, and you don't have to be these things, blah, 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 blah. But when it comes to me, I'm like, if I don't get this weight up off me, I'm going to harm myself. Like, and that's not fair, because now I feel like I'm preaching shit to other people that I don't believe about me.
Yeah, and that's fair, too, because I was thinking about, like, the past week... Like, I was going out, I was doing stuff. My little skin issue had, like, fucked my whole shit up. Because when I got that surgery to get it removed, I couldn't work out. And then I started gaining weight. Then I got the steroid to maintain, and that made me gain weight, too. So I have not been able to get out of the 190s all year. So I'm usually a cute little 185, 183. Now, the scale say 193. What the fuck is going on? So I'm trying to get out of my head about that. But usually I look in the mirror, I'm like, I'm such a hot bitch. Ha, ha. My stomach was so big. Like I said before we started recording, my stomach was so big last week that... I genuinely took a pregnancy test trying to figure out what was going on. Like, maybe there is a baby in there. I just haven't seen his ass, and he's just been being quiet. And I'm like, oh, no, this is just stomach. So I was, like, really, really... So I ordered some fucking enzymes. I know it may be a scam off TikTok, but I ordered the digestive enzymes, and my stomach went down. I don't know. It might be working because I do have digestive issues anyway, so I might need these fucking enzymes. So I'm just in my head about it because, again... You know, like, oh, you're not big, you're not fat, you're beautiful. And I was like, I didn't say it was ugly, bitch, first of all. Because I made a joke about it. Oh, because that was so funny. The other week, that was supposed to be my joke of the week. That's what it was. I forgot. Me and that boy was hunching, and I was like, oh, that ain't me. Yay, let's lit.
You crazy.
And the next morning, I was like, hey, you're pregnant. I just want to let you know that you're pregnant, and... Congratulations. And my whole life flashed before my eyes.
I bet it did.
My summer flashed before my birthday, bitch. Fucking Essence. I was like...
pregnant birthday is nuts.
Pregnant birthday? First trimester?
Pregnant hot birthday? Ah! Get it away from me.
Ah! So, my eye just healed, by the way. So, I'm like...
That's why you was setting that thing out like that. You felt back in your shit.
I'm back hot again. I could not bust a blood vessel again. Everything just came flashing towards my eyes. And I was just like, oh my God, I need to get... Because I've been on birth control in years. So, I was just like... I can't get a plan B because I'm too goddamn big. I have to go online.
I think they changed the formula now. I saw a commercial about it.
Maybe so. Well, I already ordered it. So I went on fucking Wisp, which is my favorite secret weapon. Went on Wisp and ordered the fat bitch plan B. And they was like, you know, regular horse, you get some plan B, but you fat horse, you better get online, ho.
You better get this Ella.
I got that Ella. I had to go call it in to the pharmacy. Had to go pick it up. Okay, couldn't just walk in and go get hello, hi, Melanie Mitchell. Yes, okay, date of birth. Okay, so June 20. I had to go in there and do the whole shebang, pay $43, and took the pill. And then the pill was so strong. Oh, yeah, because we was hanging out that day. The pill was so strong, it said, do not operate no heavy machinery. I was like, did they put some goddamn vibranium in the plan B? Why the fat bitch plan B?
I don't give a fuck if they put cyanide in that pill. I'm taking it. I don't give a shit. Because the last time I let a nigga nut in me, you know what? I was like, you know, you really a stupid bitch. And I try not to degrade myself like that, but I was drunk, and I was like, yeah, do it.
In the moment, it sounds so good.
In the moment, it sounds so good. I let that nigga nut in me. I said, you're a fucking idiot.
You be in the bathroom trying to push it out like, maybe
it's like, you be trying to hold your nose, push it out, trying to get that shit out your body. Man,
it's too late.
Moving forward, only way a nigga nut in me, you need to have a pill in your hand while you doing it and just stuff it in my mouth. I mean, just pop it in there. Crush it. I'll snort it. I don't give a fuck. No.
But it was just so funny and humbling to have to get a whole different plan B. So I'm just like, I don't want to be skinny. I think my sweet spot was like 173. But it's just been a lot. And also, like, I'm in a weird place of being a quote-unquote small fat and being a shapely bigger woman is just, like, weird. Because it's like, I can't even make fat jokes even at my own expense because now I'm trying to beat the fat phobic allegations or that have the whole fucking Lizzo joke or whatever the fuck. It's just like, okay, but y'all, I
want to be able to talk about my body.
I want to be able to talk about my body. I want to be able to make light, like I make light of everything else. Like, okay, yeah, I may be smaller than you, but I am still bigger than most people. And I should be able to make a joke about that. It's my fucking body.
Because I took a picture at the Jazz Fest. Oh, a little 3-4 months pregnant to me.
Listen, I got to work them angles so crazy. Like, I took a picture yesterday when we took, like, a cast picture. The way I have to contort my body.
Not you got to do a Russian twist.
I'll be like.
But see, me when I drink, I forget to stuck my stomach in. Stuck my stomach in. Suck my stomach in.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
whatever.
Stomach in.
I'm hungry. I'm tired. Like I said,
that little Jackie Hill Perry outburst, you don't burnt 46 calories.
I just can't take it. I hate it. I hate it so bad.
Yeah. And it is actually harmful. But yeah, I was being a bitch with that, and I stand in it. But my second video, that was much longer. I was being much nicer, and I got my point across better. Mm-hmm. But I think the Black church needs to have a full regroup. But
it's not, because it's a machine.
Of course,
it has to have the hate to keep going.
But if I just wish it could. It's probably not. But I want to find my little bubble of safety in Christianity, because I want my kids to go to church. Mm-hmm. That was a big part about growing up, is going to church. I don't feel safe taking my kids to none of y'all goddamn churches. I do like Change Church, so I will be going there. But I want my kids to have to do an Easter speech. I want my kids to wear the Philly socks, and that was a big part about like being able to be an orator at a young age, public speaking, dance,
and just general confidence.
If my kids are going to, not saying I'm sending my kids to a white school, but I don't know where I'm going to live when I have kids, but just like my balance of going to a school with mostly white children was having peers at church, and that was a good balance to have. Like, it's a lot of cultural things I want my kids, just a general understanding with God or whatever. But like, I don't want to not be Christian. I love me and God. That's my dog.
Right, yeah.
But I want to feel the community of church, and that was a good episode.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I think I want my children to know the Bible. I don't care too much about them going to church. We're gonna get in that word, but I don't know if I care too much about them going to church. Because I think if
I got to teach the word, then I got to do it.
Right, I'm cool with that.
You heard him? That's what.
Honor thy mother. You heard it?
You heard that? Remember your mama would do that in church. You heard what she said about disrespectful teams? Are we bringing letters? You know what?
Y'all can send us some letters.
Y'all can send us some letters. We can bring letters back. It's been like a year. Y'all been on punishment.
Yeah.
If you be fucking normal.
Don't say anything else mean to me.
Oh, and congrats to the baddest doc. She sent us an email. She graduated with her doctorate. What is your real name, baddest doc? Hold on. She's a little fan.
Does she want us to put her real name on here?
Do she? Baddest doc? I don't know.
I mean, well, congratulations, girl. We proud of you.
Hold on, because I replied to the email. Hold on.
Child, I just be in that inbox reading shit and closing it. I be in there,
Ryan.
Congratulations, Ryan. You know how, like, you get drunk and check your backup email? I be doing that. Oh, she's so cute. You're such a sweetie weetie. Yeah. Congratulations.
Congrats, Ryan.
I love that.
Someone did ask us. I'm sorry, we're going to wrap up. This is a question. We did get a letter. It was quick.
Thank
you. Want me to read it?
I mean. Oh, okay. So you can read it.
It says, hey, ladies. First off, I'm a big fan of you both. Beauty and brains out of this world. And the cherry on top is how funny you are. I wanted to ask if you recommend living in Detroit. I'm a black gay man in my 30s and looking to relocate. Detroit seems cool, like a cool place, and was curious if you enjoy that city as much as Atlanta. Any insight is appreciated. Thank you so much, and may life continue to unfold beautifully and gracefully for you both.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
That's so nice.
We can both go. Go ahead.
I love Detroit. So Detroit in general, as a black human, is lit. They do have a gay community. I don't know what the gay men's be doing in Detroit. I only know one gay man maybe two gay men who live in Detroit. I can ask them where they be going.
All I'll say negative about Detroit is that it's cold. I think if you are not prepared for a genuinely harsh winter, I think
Tundra, bitch.
You might want to you seen that girl try to get into the pool? She's like, acclimatize, reacclimatize, and she just keeps getting in and out of the water. You may want to go for like a couple weekends in the winter to visit, to see if that's some shit that you can deal with, and also see if you I don't know if you know how to drive on ice. I don't know what your deal is, if you even got a real winter coat, but that winter is no ho. But other than that, I will say ain't no summer like a Detroit summer.
Oh,
ain't no summer being black. It is the most fun place to be black besides Atlanta, in my personal opinion.
Genuinely,
it is so much fun.
Now that Dwayne lives here, we don't have many excuses. I don't have many excuses to be back in Detroit. I love Detroit, especially in the summer and the day party. Everybody black. I feel so safe when I'm out with him and his dumbass friends, because at least one or two people have a gun, so that's fun for me. I know I'm protected. If that nigga walks away and a nigga come bother me, his friend's gonna step in and protect me. I love it there.
Yeah, and it's even sometimes like the nigga ain't gotta know you. He just know you getting disrespected.
Yeah, niggas don't play.
Yeah, they don't play up there.
They don't play out there.
Fun.
It's a good time.
It's got a great food
Niggas
scene.
still gonna nig in general because niggas, but like mostly it's a great time.
Yeah, the water is beautiful. The waterfront is gorgeous. A lot of the neighborhoods are gorgeous. Don't let these people make you think Detroit's some fucking broke down, dilapidated ass place.
Such
it's
propaganda
not. It's propaganda.
I honestly, because I had no other context. Like when I came there, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna come to Detroit. Like, this is fuck. Y'all got water, nigga. This is Canada. This is lovely.
Canada be right over there. You be like, hey, Canada.
Canada right there.
It's nice.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
So, all
I
right.
think we're done. Okay, bye.
Bye.